Hello, everybody. Grand to see you in a matter of speaking. Good to see you too, Taylor, in a matter of
Hey.
speaking.
Mhm.
How's everyone doing today? How was your day, Taylor?
It was pretty good. Had a
It
pretty
wasn't
good
a
day.
bad day on the market for me. I actually had a pretty decent day. I know the market was falling, but I took advantage of that. I played some puts on the big market and they all paid off today.
Nice.
So we've got a large queue of tickers brought in because you all listened to me and you brought your tickers in early. Fantastic. I think I've only got one or two that did not come from the queue that you see in front of you there. As a matter of fact, let's jump right on into this. The first one I'm going to share with you is actually from me. I want to share this one with you. I just did a video on this the other day, folks, but I want to put this back in your face. This is now my new number one favorite stock. I am not easily converted like that, folks. I've had my hopes on a lot of stocks here, but that's been the thing. Hopes. We've needed things to occur for my stocks to start growing, and they didn't go the right way. So now I'm hoping still. Cavo. Cavo is in the vape sector. They are working with e-cigarettes and vapes, and I don't have one, but it's a lot like this, but it's straight and narrow. Matter of fact, I do got something I can show you. Right there it is, folks. Now, this vape here, it is approved by the government. They took in 8 million applications, threw away 7.7 million. This company's in there, submitted over 275,000 pages of science. This particular vape is made in America. You've got American batteries in it. It separates the juice. So when you go and take your hit, only the amount of juice you are inhaling is vaporized. All the other vapes right now are heating up the entire tube. Everything gets heated up and it changes the flavor and it even kills the stuff after so many heat ups. But here's the thing, this company is walking the line with the government. They got their submission in early, they got enough information in. They are taking care of the public outcries. Now, this is a big deal with the vape industry. Underage usage. They've actually got a site now where they can verify you, not by you just typing in your age, but they're going to verify your card online. They're going to have a phone call come to you. You're going to sign it. You're going to show an ID when it comes to you at the door. So they're taking care of that. They are also recycling. These are disposable. And there's going to be millions of these thrown away every single day because they only last for about 6 to 7 days. And then you got to buy a new one. That's great for business, not great for the ecology. There are toxins and metals in these. So the company has already started a recycle program. They pay for the postage. You get the box that they ask for from the post office for free. Then you get one free BD stick, that's what they call these, for every 10 that you recycle. Now, here's the greatest part. Because they're walking the line, they're legitimate. The market is smothered right now with 81% black market products and sellings. The store operators are not doing what they're supposed to. This company is only working with the big ones, Sunoco, 7-Eleven, Circle K, and a bunch of others I'm not familiar with. These are store operators that have thousands of stores that are going to be ordering 10, 20 per store week after week after week. When the government gets their hands in this, and they're going to be doing it now because COVID's over, that's why it went under the radar. COVID was more important than the vape market. Well, now we can concentrate on the vape market. They're going to start throwing out all this black market stuff. 81% of the business that is being generated right now is black market. And this company, Cavo, has the largest percentage of the market right now. So they're already a market leader. It's only going to get bigger. So I showed all of this to you yesterday or the day before. The biggest problem we had was their financials. They were doing real good, 60 million, 50 million, and then dropped to 12 million. Why? They pulled their stuff off the markets voluntarily, not just from one store, off the markets, because the vape industry is being beat up by the government because of all the black markets. So they lost money. Well, as soon as I put my video out, the very next day they came out with news that they did $100 million worth of business in the last 12 months. Look at the jump, folks. They've never done $100 million worth, and they were at 12 million last year. So things are exploding right
Sorry.
now. So I think you should be looking at Cavo. I got into it the other day at 46 cents. I bought in some more today when it hit a support. It came down and bounced a few times. I saw right around 58, 59. So I bought in. I got some more there. Only lifted my average a couple pennies. So I'm real happy with this. I am not playing it for a short play. I am playing this for the long haul. I think they're going to be a dominant company. And I believe the vapor market's going to explode a lot faster than, say, the EV market, because there are a lot of smokers out there, and that's who they're targeting. They're not looking for new people. All they got to do is convert smokers, who most are sick and tired of the price of cigarettes, the stench of cigarettes, the ash, the tar, the cancer of cigarettes. There's got to be a better way. The government's got to get in there and fix it for everybody. And then they're going to start to switch over, and that's going to be huge business. So that's really all I wanted to say about that. What a mouthful. Let's take a look at that chart, because she has had a couple good days. She came
Okay.
down, bounced off the 200, and I think that's a good
Yeah.
position for her.
So I'm just going to look long term real quick and show you there was a reverse split in the summer of 2021, so a couple years ago. There's this one level I kind of like. It's around like 75 cents. And we bounced here and here. Um, and then we kind of lost it. But coincidentally, on the daily chart, it's right where the 200 is on the daily chart. Okay. So we had this consolidation area here that was around springtime this year. If we extend that out, we're right in that area right now.
All
Just
right.
looking at the long term. So that's
Right.
actually, this is a really good area right now. I would love to see this come above here so we can get back to where all these bounces were. Okay, so I like that. You putting on your headband there?
my hoodie.
Teasing you. Okay, so let's go down to the 15 because you said I had a good day today. So let's see what happens. So this is the 15-minute chart. All right, so today, let's see. So this is what happened today. You're saying, okay, there were some support
Right.
levels here. So I'm
Right.
I'm guessing right around here had something. Yeah, I mean, I think once we get out of this consolidation area and get above 75 cents, this definitely has a really good potential. I like this a lot. Let's see the 1 hour. Ooh, see, I like this. Look at the 1 hour here. This looks like a really nice bull flag, and it's right support on
Yeah,
this
that
200
was
on the 1 hour.
yesterday when they came out with their 100 million revenue news. Right after I put
Yeah,
my video out at the very bottom, which, by the way,
I
was
like this.
a 3-year low. What
Hmm.
you're looking at, that bounce is coming off of a 3-year low, which is what I was telling everybody. This is a perfect time to get in, at least a starter position.
Yeah, it really is. It really is because I like this level here, and I think we can at least test this level at least. And we're only at 61 cents, so that's quite a jump percentage wise, anyway. So yeah, I like this. I like this very much, especially on the 1 hour. It looks really good. Definitely reversing.
Well, thank you for
Is
indulging my favorite stock, folks. But honestly, I think, we talk about long holds, and I'm excited about a lot of them,
yeah,
but there's a lot of competition. And this market, the competition is going to be whittled away by the government. You can't ask for anything better than that. And the company has been walking the line with the government. They're doing everything the government wants. And that's the whole point here. So I really like this company, and I just want to bring it to you. I'll probably talk about it more and more if she starts showing more and more promise. All right, you've got me up. You are good. So we are looking at DNA. I'm not quite sure. Maybe you can find a comment. Who gave me DNA? This one came in early. Oh, this came off of a Twitter, I do believe. Jason. Jason gave me DNA Ginkgo Bioworks. It seems to me we looked at this last week. There isn't a lot more to be said about Ginkgo Bioworks. They finished today at $1.67 with a drop about 7%. They're on the New York Stock Exchange. Benefits with that, you get to trade it for free. I don't know anyone who trades for major exchange trades. You can trade it pre-market, aftermarket. Don't ignore those markets, folks. There's a lot of activity there. It is the wild, wild west. So the relative volume today dropped about 30% from 22 million down to 14 million. Share structure for the company, woo. Well, the outstanding share count's 1.6 billion. We don't know what the float is, but can it be anywhere up to there, though it could be considerably less as well. Financials for the company, well, they're growing nicely. Every single year has been growing at a nice clip. She ended just under a $500 million. And well, they're holding strong through their quarterly reports here. Nothing looks bad. Let's see what I found here to share with you. Okay, some of their recent news. This came out. Uh, Concentric by Ginkgo and Zidar International Livestock Research Institute announced collaboration on pathogen surveillance. I was trying to read this. I hate this technical information. But they are working to break down pathogens in animals so we can catch flus and viruses before they take off. Let me see. There was another piece of news I thought, oh, right. These 144s. I normally don't pay attention to these. I actually looked at one of these. I didn't like what I saw, for goodness sake. This is a notice of sale of securities, and they tell you who's selling it, the Fidelity Brokerage Service. And they show you a sale here. It happened today, right there, or at least 2 days ago. And they show you how many sold, 37,000. That's not huge. He's got a lot of shares right there. But why is he selling them all the time? Here, the 24th, the 31st, the 25th, the 7th, the 1st. Every single day he is selling 37,000 shares. But wait, there's more. There's another one here. This one is selling 100,000 shares virtually every other day. I'm not done yet. We got another one. This one is it's like every day. It is another 4,000 shares. This is steady being sold. These are Class A common shares. I didn't do a deep dive here, folks. I just see we've got a leak. Shares are just being poured out. Somebody's getting out of this and they're selling on a regular basis. Now, maybe that's normal. I don't know. It looks strange to me. Let's see if we got anything else here to share with you. That really be it. I don't think we had anything else to look at except the charts. Let's take a look at the charts for DNA.
Okay, so we have looked at this before, obviously, because we got some drawings here, we got some levels. So this is the 4 hours. So this was back in May. We had this nice tightening up, this wedge pattern here, and it did break out right here, and it just happened to be right at the 200 on the 4 hours. So that was absolutely perfect play. And we held this support here around like the 151 area. Then we had some resistance, which turned into support around 172. Then we had another level that I liked at about 215. Could not hold that and had lots of resistance. Held the 170 or the 179 area a little bit. Cannot hold that anymore. So we're coming back down. So the next level I'm looking at for the downside is going to be 151 to hold that. And so right now, I think we're going to be within this range for a little bit. It doesn't look all that great on the 4 hour. Does not really look all that great. It tried to kind of come back up here, but could
Yeah,
not hold this level. This was a really important support level. As you can see, this has been going on for a while. I mean, since May. So these
yeah,
levels we've looked at before. So it came back up, could not hold it at all. So we came right back down. I think the
yeah,
next
I
level of
agree.
support would be around the 151 area. We could see a bounce there, and then we can look to see if we could break out of this. But right now, um, that's what I'm seeing. It's right in the middle of those two areas of support and resistance. From back whenever the last time we looked at this, I don't remember when it was, but we have looked at it before.
Sure.
So there we go.
All right, I am ready for the next one. Pop goes the weasel. We are looking at Novos, ticker NVOS, Novo Integrated Science. Seems to me I just posted some news about this here recently. So speaking of news, we are on the news page. She finished today at about 18 and a half cents, dropped 8%. Another major exchange penny stock coming off the NASDAQ. Old news, new news. What I see here on both of these came out in August. The company provides update on certain current actions and events. I'm going to jump into that one because it gives us a lot of information. And then another one here on the 22nd, the company's IoNova iodine granted registration number and regulatory approval by Turkey's Ministry of Health. And then we've got Asenza selected to join Team Canada trade mission to India. So they're being inclusive to a lot of those Middle East countries right now. Now, that one piece of news I wanted to take a look at. They tell us here that they had a deal that they're involved with right now, they're closing it. Novo agreed to purchase 100% of Swag's outstanding shares. Swag holds a specific right of purchase of Green Gem Collection, a precious gem collection, as provided for an agreement between Swag and a court-appointed successor receiver for the United States District Court of Central District of California. I don't know what that's about, but they got a deal they're closing, and this company's got a gem collection. You may want to look into that one. Novo has just gotten a note that they can draw off of. They got $70 million loan, if you will, and they are drawing off of it $57 million right now to put to work. They have a potential share repurchase program. They don't give us any information about that, but that means they're looking out for our best interest. They buy shares back, your shares become worth more. And then they've got a big investment here from some sheik. I'm not reading that name. The sheik is investing $40 million into the company. This thing's rolling in money. $57 million from a loan, $40 million from an investor. They got all kinds of cash coming in right now. Let's see here. Oh, yeah, I wanted to point this out. This was in one of their disclosures. The annual meeting for shareholders of the company is going to be September 29th. They will be voting on these proposals. One of those proposals is to effect a reverse stock split of no less than 1 for 5 and no more than 1 for 15. Now, in most cases, I almost want to say 99.9% of the time, if they vote on it, it gets passed. Because it's not me and you they're asking to vote on it. We wouldn't say yes because we're just not that smart. We're only looking out for our interest. These are the big investors, and they normally see it in a whole different light, and these normally go through. So you've been forewarned on this. There will probably be a reverse split between 1 and 5 and 1 and 15. No dates given because they haven't voted on it yet. So you've got up until September 29th to at least not worry about that happening. I think I covered everything there. Was there anything I missed? Did we get to the share structure? No, we did not. Outstanding shares, 152 million. We get most of them, 128 million. It's not too high, but it's not exactly what you would call low. Relative volume. There's some attention being paid to the company, though it is negative right now. She jumped from 39 million to 59 million shares. Financials, what are they doing? Well, they've had an increase over the last couple of years. As a matter of fact, looks like a record-breaking year, 11.7 million. And well, they're holding strong. Their financials look well. I don't see anything extremely exciting about them, but I wouldn't cry over them. So that looks to be about everything we need to be concerned with from a short vantage point view. Let's take a look at
Let
that.
me let me ask you a question. What happened around last October, October 2022, around the middle of October? Was there any big news? We had a big drop,
A big drop.
a
Well,
giant drop, like from over $1 on October 11th to 26 cents on like October 17th through 15th.
October, that would be 10, right?
Mm-hmm.
Boy, where'd all the dates go here? What's going on? Well, let's see here. October 13th. Let's see what they tell us here. Well, they don't want to do it that way, so we'll do it the quicker way. We'll go that way. Form 8K. What is this? Material
We were talking a
exchange.
75% drop. 75%. It's significant.
That doesn't seem to be anything. This one, right? 13th. Oh, well, on the 14th, it looks like they put some shares on the market. I see an effect.
Okay.
Yeah, they did do that. And they got a bunch of S1s, more shares, right? Those are what those are for.
Okay.
And this last 8K, a waiver. All I see is they put a bunch of shares on the market, though I don't know how many
Okay.
because there's a bunch of S1s right there. And then you got the effect, which means we've gone live.
Okay, I was just asking because there was a big drop. So it's interesting that I'll go ahead and switch to the chart now. So it's interesting you said that they were going to vote on a split. You said between it wouldn't be any less than 1 to 5 or more
Yep.
than 1 to
Yep.
15. Well, it's probably going to happen because the last split was 1 to 10, right in the middle of that of 1 to 5, 115. So it did pass before, so I guess the last time. So that's right in the middle of the range that you said. So it did happen in February of 2021. So that likely will happen, just so
And
you're
the
aware.
October drop, they put 20 million more shares on the market, plus
Yeah.
there were 20 million more warrants for another 20 million more shares.
Okay, so that's what happened here. Giant. I mean, this is an insane drop. It's 75%
God,
drop.
wow.
Anyway, yeah. So, so a couple of things here. Just the the big overview before we go to the smaller time frame. I'm looking at this level around 24.73, so just rounded like 25 cents, give or take. We've had a few wick ups, kind of like reached that was like a support level for a while after that big drop. So that's a really important level. It kind of consolidated for quite a while from the beginning of this year up until right now, give or take, just in this little area. Now we're starting to see a lot of volume come up, and we've wicked up several times, and we're trying to test that level now. So we need to get above that, is what I'm saying, because it turned into a support after that major drop. So I'm looking at this level right here. I don't know what's going to happen after that split. But now go down to
Well,
the 15 minutes. So I don't
we
know how that's
probably
going to
know what's
affect
going to
that.
happen. Initially, there's
Yeah.
probably going to be another drop. And if
Uh-huh.
it's successful, it'll bounce. And if it's not, it'll just come right back to where it started from.
The
That's the
15.
problem with these little splits.
Yeah.
If you only go five away, it just comes right back to where it was. And that's devastating.
There's enough volume we could look at regular candles. So it started it started out so this week is when it really started to move. So, we had this just regular consolidation. We started to have the volume this week. So it jumped up here and has just been right in this area. So that's
Yeah,
where
it's
you've been
found a new
seeing those
level.
quick. It's found this level here, like right around, this range. I would say, yeah, like around 16 cents. And see, notice that it's not really going below that this is the 200 on the 15 minute until now, but this right here is after hours time. So this is, real time going on right now. So after hours it's starting to come back up. It's trying to get back to that level right now. So I don't I don't really like to look at after hours as much unless there's going to be some giant movement. I just think that it's trying to get back there. So this tends to look like it does a lot of these stocks will do. Like it'll jump up in the morning and then kind of, whatever. It'll
Yeah,
jump
really,
up.
it's just going sideways the hard way with bounces, but it's pretty.
Lots of bounces, but yeah, it's just kind of it's in this area. Like I'm saying, I think this would be a new support level, but I really need to see this above this here, like was showing on the larger time frame.
Right.
This has been a really good. This was a support level when it came all the way back down. Oh wait, was I on the daily?
Yeah.
Sorry. It was a support level when it came back down, and it's wicked up a few times. It needs to come back. See, there it is.
Wow.
On the daily, you can really see it because there's a giant gap. Because I switched to regular candles, that's why it looks so weird. So you can see it on the Hakinashis better. So this was the support
Still a
after.
giant gap.
Yeah. Well, there's no actual like gap. Like there's
Right,
a
right.
blank. Yeah.
But I
So
mean, from the stair to the
yes,
bottom, that is a gap that,
yes,
and
absolutely.
that's the tough one to recover through. That's
Hmm.
when you got to start using your Fibonacci's to start finding those levels because there's no stair steps in there.
Yeah, so on a regular candle, you could see this is what happens. Okay, so we're closing
Wow.
here and then we open here. The, I mean, literally closing, opening here. So this isn't taking into account, what's going on after hours and
Unbelievable.
not
Ouch.
Haikanashi. So when you look at the regular candles, you can see what happened, but we did pick up a little bit of support here, lost it. We're trying to get it back now. So I'm looking at these two levels here, which if you drag this out where we were consolidating, and I'll go back to the Heikanashis, we're in that little box and we're bouncing off of that support. There's lots of green candles, lots of wicks. We're wicking up pretty high. I think we're trying to test this and get back over it. But this is one to really watch. But if you're saying that news is going to come out about a reverse split, Yeah, I'd look
Yeah,
out.
September 29th is the vote. So
Okay. That's not too far away, actually, about a month away. So that's what I'm saying, if that helps. Hope that helps.
every, every little bit helps. Another perspective.
Yeah,
Sometimes
I
when you
kind of
own a
like to look
stock,
at
you
the
look at the
longer.
chart and see what you want to see. It's like, oh, yeah, it's going to come back. Yeah, let someone else look at it. Oh, that's in a serious downtrend.
Well, I like to see, something if something major happened. Like that's why I was asking about what happened in October. That is
Right.
a such an enormous drop. A 75% drop in a stock is insane. So
And it
I
hasn't
wanted to say
recovered.
no, no, not even close. It's where that support was when it came back down. It's now a resistance. So
Mhm.
it's trying, and we're kind of in that. i- This isn't a super tight range, but no, it's not super tight. This is like 10 to 20. So when you're talking about penny stock, that's a pretty wide range. It's 100% from here to here.
Darn
So
right.
yeah, so it's in this, and I'm looking at this as a support level that's around 18.8 up to around about 24.73.
I mean,
So
on the long chart, it doesn't look bad. It looks like a solid breakout.
it does, it does. So that's why I'm kind of
Yeah.
keep your eye on this one. Um, it had a good week for sure. I mean, it
That
started to get
doesn't
some
look
volume.
bad. If you're not in a hurry, there's some nice bounces in there, but you can see
Mhm.
they're getting smaller and smaller right now. It's determining what it's going to do. So we've got to be patient.
Yeah. So that's what I'm seeing now, and let's go to the next one.
Next one comes from Daniel Werneth. Thank you, Daniel. This is Foxo. I did put up some news on Foxo. I put up news on every stock, it seems. Foxo Technologies finished today at 14 cents. Yay, we've got one of them that finally climbed. She's up almost 8% today. She went up just a wee bit over a penny. She's on the New York Stock Exchange. Relative volume was good, jumping from 7 million to 17 million. So people are paying attention to whatever that catalyst is right now. Share structure. Only thing they tell us is the outstanding share count, 27 million. That ain't bad at all. Our float's not going to be more than that. Financials for Foxo. 2022, they got some money on the books. Not a lot. 511, not dollars, thousand. You got to add 3 zeros to that. Looking at the quarterly, yeah, they're not even paying the electric bills right now. Uh,
Sorry.
let's see. Look at the balance sheet, see what's going on here. They've got 5 million in the bank. You got to put those 3 zeros down here too. Assets, 35 million. Liabilities, 28 million. So they're just hanging around. There's nothing exciting going on here, but nothing dangerous. Let's see what we got for disclosures. Did I have anything here for the disclosure? No, I didn't. So let's see. 42B3. Is this the shares? Uh-oh. Foxo
Uh-oh.
Technologies to put more shares on the market, 10 million more shares, and warrants up to 316,000 more warrants. So you just saw what happened with the last stock. People don't like this bloody dilution. The more shares they put on the market, the less shares are worth. Let me see what we got here. All
Uh,
the news.
did anything happen on June 21st or July 31st?
The last piece of news close to June 21st, Foxo Technologies announces a notice of non-compliance with the New York Stock Exchange. That was on the 16th.
Okay.
And I do believe they are still out of compliance. So let's see here. Was there anything here? Yeah, I've got that up here. Right. They tell us here that uh, the notice stated that the company's continued listing is predicated on it affecting a reverse stock split. So they've made a deal. They've talked to the New York Stock Exchange and they've come to
Mhm.
an agreement with them.
Okay.
Look, worst come to worst, we will do a reverse split. So they won't let themselves go down to the OTC. Rocking a hard spot, folks. You're
So
not
is
going
that
to
the
like
June
either one.
news or is
Let
that
me see. No later than February 16th, 2024.
I mean,
So,
when did that news come out? I was just curious.
well, this came out August 16th.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And
Never
this
mind then.
gives them till February
Oh, okay.
16th. So we
Okay.
really don't have to worry about it now, but they are in hot water. You need to be aware of that. Let's see. Looking at the disclosures, what was that date? You said it was back in June.
There was a June 21st.
June 21st. I got a bunch for June 22nd. Got a lot for
Okay,
June
so
22nd.
okay, so
One
something.
on June
Mhm.
20th, which it was another public offering. Did it drop?
No, so I'll have to look at the smaller time frame, but there was a giant wick all the way up to about 52 7-ish cents. So there was a
52.
big spike in volume and a big wick up, and it just came right back down. It
Let's
didn't
see.
it didn't drop. It went up and came just back down to
All
where it
right.
was.
How about showing it to us? Because I've pretty much covered
Okay.
everything that's going on over
I will
here.
show it to you.
Yeah,
Okay.
you're giving us a nice verbal. Let's get the visual.
Sorry about that. Okay, so so here's the daily, all right? This is what I'm talking about because we were in this little
Oh, I
consolidation
see.
and we have this big old something happening.
52-ish wick.
Yeah. And then we came back right into this consolidation, came back down, and then
Oh
I
man,
was
as soon
asked.
as she hit the 50, she fell.
Yeah, and so it fell, and now we're in this area. So I marked some levels here. Um, this is yeah, this was the lowest it's been. That's why I marked that one. But here was kind of a support here, and this is where that candle closed that day.
So that's a
So
52-week low we're looking at.
yes, this right here.
At
That
least a 52-week.
yeah, it hasn't gone doesn't go back very far. It started February of 2021, so a little over 2 years, 2.5 years.
Okay.
So this is the 52-week low, which is right here, which is 12.1251. I'll say it like that. So daily, let's look at 4 hour.
Poor girl.
Sorry about that. Yeah, so that happened just on this week, Tuesday. So, I guess this was today. This was pre-market today, had a big old jump. Now it's kind of coming back down. If we go below here, that's below its 52-week low or all-time low, basically. Haven't had any splits yet. So I heard you mention something about a split. Hasn't had any. I
Yep.
looked, haven't had
I
any of
didn't see
that.
any either.
So this is the 15. So in after hours trading, we're coming down. If it goes any lower, see this is kind of we've already lost the 200 here. It's going to need to hold this. See how it's straightening out now after all this. But these wicks are what I'm just like, wow, okay. So if you were lucky enough to get in this, and this was all of these wicks, looks like, well, not this one, but this one was in pre-market trading. Okay. And so was this one, pre-market trading. And when we started the day today, we had a big wick up. So if you were in it, it just came right back down. So in the first 30 minutes of trading, we had a big wick up to here, came right back down. And now we're just bleeding off. Um, this would be the only support level I would see, really, just because that was the low. I mean, I guess it would bounce off there. Someone wanting to pick up the low there. Otherwise, yikes! It's just kind of. Eh. Um, I mean, aside from these wicks and around the big volume and news, it's just kind of hanging out in this just range. But the thing about it is, these penny stocks, as we've all and I've learned, obviously, just a few cents is a big percentage gain. So it's
Now,
not like oh,
in my perspective, I see those big tall wicks
mm-hmm,
breaking through the 200.
mm-hmm,
Now, when you get the wick, you really need a big wick to get way over that 200 because it's got a little string attached to it and it's pulling all of the
mm-hmm,
SMAs. The further
mm-hmm.
up it goes, the higher it pulls those SMAs. You need to
Oops.
do this to tug on that 200 to get it to level out. And normally, after a couple very tall wicks, you'll see a attempt at a breakout because it's gotten level. The more flat that 200 gets, the more opportunity the price has to break out of it. So exactly. So I would watch it. Looks like it's still a couple of days away, but if the right piece of news came out and helped it, it would be in the right position. So it is one to watch because it has some of the token signs I look for before a breakout.
Yeah, it wicked up a little bit today, but not nearly as much as this, and not nearly as
I
much
only
volume
normally look
either.
for one. I only look for one, but it's got to be within like the last week. It's got to be current, not a month ago, for God's sake.
Well,
We're
let's
talking
just
about
look.
day trader signs.
Okay, this one was August 7th, so it wasn't too long ago. That was within a
Right.
couple
It's still
months.
in the ballpark,
Yeah,
Day
but
traders do swing trade. Come on. We do.
yeah. So, it's just kind of consolidating now like it had been.
Yep. It just needs to be watched some more.
It just needs
Everything
to be
needs time to
watched.
cook.
Yeah.
Hey,
But
we're doing good on time.
yeah,
Look at that. It's
yeah,
only
these are the levels to
4:35.
look for. Look for that level here around 25.38, and let's see if we can get back to 52 cents. That would be amazing.
Well, you definitely
Right.
got one in that buy zone right there. There's a
Yeah,
solid support underneath. No,
absolutely.
up
Uh,
to the one you have the bar on. Yeah, right there.
yeah, right
Uh,
here.
Nope, the one above that.
Up here.
No, no, no.
What are you
Right up
talking
underneath
about?
at the your grayed out bar. The bottom of that gray out bar is a support.
Yeah,
Right there.
yeah, right here. Yeah, that was the last consolidation area.
Yeah.
But it's not really support because we're way down here. So that's
No,
where.
no, not down there. No, I'm
So
just saying it's another very strong one because the price was there forever. So you've
it
got to
was.
say when we get to that point, sell because it's going to hit its head for a while before it goes through.
Yeah, and that's what it did a couple times, and that was around that level. So
Yep.
we need to get, yeah, if I just draw this out, that'll show you this is going to be your sell zone. Because, or it's just when it gets there, it'd be nice if it would hold that, and then maybe we can get back up here. Because if you go long term, I mean, there has been no stock splits. I mean, we've seen this way over $1 before. So,
Yeah.
I mean, if we need some more news, we need some more potential with it, with this company, whatever it's.
Yeah, that's what it needs. Catalyst. I mean,
Mhm.
if it's coming down this low, it needs something. So you've got to be patient and wait for that something.
Yeah,
We
so
need rain.
yeah,
Wait for the rain.
so we have some levels, we have a range, we have what we're looking for. So just keep an eye on this. Keep an eye if there's news or something. If you have some extra money that you would just want to hold this for a little bit, just a little
Oh,
bit
I
of it.
think there's better plays to get
I'm
away
not.
from Fox.
Uh,
So
hey, if you
Fox
want to
to me, here we
swing,
are
if you
talking
want to
about it
swing
going,
this,
we've spent 5 minutes on
okay.
something that isn't even exciting.
Next.
If you like Fox so great, I've been holding Fox so
Sorry.
warrants forever. And I'm saying these warrants are penny stocks and the stock itself is a penny stock. I don't think it's going to go up for a while.
I'm trying
So,
to find something positive here. Come on, give me a break.
okay. No, no, no. That's not the one I was going to show. That's the one I was prepping because I'm trying to stay ahead of
Well,
you folks.
I'm trying to be on top of things.
The what?
I'm trying to be on top of things and put these things up. So you weren't the one ready. I was ready this
I
time.
was not ready, but I am now. We are looking at Brian Todorovics. This is
Okay.
TTOO. We have looked at this before. I think I've even done a video or two on this. T2 Biosystems finished today just a little over 35 cents. Wow. Had a big drop today, folks, over 25%. Penny stock on the NASDAQ. What's this company do? T2 Biosystems is a leader in the rapid detection of sepsis-causing pathogens and antibiotic-resistant genes. It's
Wow.
dedicated to improving patient care and reducing the cost care of helping clinicians effectively treat patients faster than ever before. Let's see what we got here for relative volume today. She dropped about 40%, 20% from 140 million down to 104 million. Share structure isn't bad. Float isn't going to be over 24 million, which is roughly the outstanding share count. Financials for T2. She did 22 million at the end of 2022, taking a little dip from 2021, and she's taken a lot of dips from these last quarters. She was doing 3 to 5 million, dropping to 2, just under 2 now, and she's not in the profits right now. Quick look at the annual balance sheet. 10 million in the bank, that is good. 34 million in assets and twice as much in liabilities. Well, she's working on it. Disclosures. Let me see. Do I have any disclosures here lined up? I do. I got one lined up here. Right. This DFA 14A. This is just a picture This is about another meeting that they're going to have for shareholders. This one is on September 12th, 2023. They tell us down here they are voting to effect a reverse stock split. This one is going to be no less than 1-for-50 up to 150. Again, most of these are
Okay.
all being passed, folks. So this will be voted on September 12th. So you've got until then without any fears. Sometimes the markets actually run on this news, and then when it starts to happen, it'll drop fast. So bad news does have positive effects in this stupid market we're in. Let's see what else we had here. Clients that we've already looked at. Did we cover the financials for this? We did. So I think we've covered everything but the charts. Let's take a look at
Okay.
TTOO.
Well, you said something about the split. So leading up to the last split, which was 150, you said that was the lowest they would go, right? We did
Highest.
highest. Okay, sorry. So it the last time it did split, it had a 1 to 50 reverse split,
When was
and
that?
that was in October.
They just last year?
October of 2022. Yes, the latest October.
Well, how in the world? I mean, they've got an outstanding share count of 24. How?
I'm
Let
looking right at it. I don't.
hold on. Let me check this date. 2023. It's not 2022. They've only got 24 million shares. So how do you do a 1 in 50 or a 1 in 150 and have a float big enough? They would have to follow that up with a public offering right behind it because you got to have a million shares in the float. You do a 150 reverse split on 24 million, it's going to be less than a million shares.
Yeah, I'm
So
saying it already did one. It did one in October of 2022. So
that's
I don't.
not good news. Another one already.
Yeah. Okay. So in the days leading up to that, you can see what happened. We were at relatively $5. That's not what it really was. And then look how far it dropped.
And that's not the split. That's leading up to the
That's
split.
leading up to the split.
Wow.
And then afterwards, we just kind of rode this little wave. And
See, what's
now
the point? I mean, they just lift the
this
price
is
up and
insane.
it doesn't
The
even reach where it was before everyone got
Not even,
disappointed.
yeah, this was okay. So the split was about what, like, so when that happened, reached
Hate these
about,
splits.
so here, kind of, this is where it was, yeah. And then look how far down we're, so 162 down to something went wrong with the audio. Are you still there?
I am still here.
Okay, okay. It was just on
I
my end.
clicked the YouTube button and it's
Oh,
like
okay.
two
Sorry about
seconds
that.
behind. It's like, I just
Oh,
heard myself talk.
yeah, I heard it too. Okay, so this is our lowest, which is 0.56, so 5 cents. Um, Now this must have been running on this earnings news. So we beat
Right.
earnings, so that was good leading up to it. This is the daily, so we bounced right off the 21 EMA. We're nowhere near the 200 yet, but Jesus. Um, Kind of, this is an important level here. I liked it on the 4 hour. I can probably illustrate it a little better. Um, Sorry, hold on. All right, so after all that calmed down after the split, this was kind of a support level, lost it, then it kind of regained it here. There was a lot that ended right on that level. So if this is going to continue to come down, it'll come down to about
Yeah.
27. So that's what I'm seeing. I also don't like this. Um, I don't like that pattern.
Lower highs.
Lower highs, lower highs. Yeah, that's what I was
Yeah.
looking for. Thank you. Um, yeah, see here, from here to here,
Yeah,
those are lower
if you're
highs.
interested in this stock, if you're looking for an average down point where Taylor's showing you that blue line, that would be your most likely
This is a
buy-in
good
point for
one.
an average down,
This is
which
a
would
good
be a
one
good
for.
time after that climb.
Yeah, this is a good average down point because we did kind of see this as a support for a little bit, came down here, but then, this steep drop, and this was from an earnings report. Okay, it didn't have a good earnings report in May. So that had to have been it. There was nothing else that that I heard you say. So kind of dropped from there, kind of consolidate a little bit. We're on our way back up. See right here where it did open here, and it
Yep.
was like right on that level. So right around here, this is a pretty good level. It's hit it several times. So that is about 27, 6.4 is about where I have it. So right around there would maybe be another level where it would pick up. But if they're getting ready to reverse split this again, you're gonna have to watch out because look what happened last time. I just showed that a minute ago. So
Yeah,
that's kind of there.
a reverse split, honestly, people always say, should I get in before or should I get in after? My personal opinion, if the stock has value and you think it's going to run, it's going to succeed. Now, I'm not saying blast off. Personally, I think getting in after, because the price is going to fall as soon as they do the reverse split. 99% of them drop, and then all these people get out, and then you have new buyers come in. Well, every penny it's dropping. If they did a 1 in 10 reverse split, every penny is 10 cents. That's 10 cents relative to down here. I mean, it's moving a lot further. So you get a better buy down there. And if the stock has value after it, all the people who got ripped off overnight losing their shares, new people will come in and start to push it back up. If the company has a bright outlook, if they're just doing it to survive, just doing it to avoid something bad, the investors know a good thing and a bad thing when they see it. So, don't gamble with your money. Find something that
Yeah,
looks promising.
I wouldn't gamble it before. I would probably get in after the split personally. If you're asking me, if
Yeah.
get in before or after, I would wait until things settle down and we find a support because after that happened, it's where we saw a little bit of a bounce. We saw some support, and then maybe, set yourself a stop loss so you don't lose on these because these penny stocks, yeah, you can make a lot of money, but you can also lose a lot of money. So, don't go in too heavy. But I would wait till after personally. But that's just me. Um, it looks good right now, but I don't like the upcoming news. That kind of scares me
Yeah,
a bit.
that's it.
But
It doesn't matter what the chart looks like. With
uh,
news like that, investors, we're
but this
tired of reverse splits, for God's sake. And if this company just had one in October, I think these investors are
it,
going to say you they're going to say F you, and they're going to just
hmm
sell out and dump
yeah,
because they're tired of it. It doesn't
yeah,
look like the company's looking out for the shareholder at all here.
yeah. And if
All
that's
right,
yeah. So next,
next. This
next.
comes from Stuart Woods, a nice follower of mine. He doesn't ever get a chance to be here because he gets off work at 4 and he's got to drive up the mountain to get home. So he doesn't get a chance. But he gave me his ticker early. He wants us to check out Tilray. Tilray is a cannabis company out of Canada, a supremely successful cannabis company. Dare I say that they are one of the top 5 in the world. Now, right now, they are undervalued, folks. I'm sure if we look at now, I don't know if they've had a reverse split. That always screws up looking at the high bubbles. But if you look in the past, you'll see that this has been in double digits, big time,
Yes.
before they had all that they got now. This was speculation buying, and people saw value in it. Now, this company's got everything. I mean, if it deals with cannabis, they've got it. They've got the flower, they got the vapes, they got the edibles, they got stuff I just don't understand, Crumbo and blah, blah, blah. What
Actually,
they've
this has been
also
in
got,
the triple digits, by the way.
triple digits. I knew it was awfully high. These
Hmm
are going to be great, great investments, folks. Once the world gets on the same page here, in either case, they have had some big news here recently. Tilray buys full ownership of Truss from Molson's Coors. Truss is a THC beverage. Now, I can't remember. I was following this. There was a lot of deals going on. I do believe that Molson and Truss had a deal. They were working, Molson and Tilray had a deal, and Truss was the collaboration between the two. And they now own all the stock. They bought back to 57% because Molson's had the biggest share. And they started Truss like Coors, only in Colorado. It just was in Colorado, and they started working out from there. Well, the company's just bought it all up. It is now all of theirs. But that's not the only thing they did. In early August, Tilray acquired several conventional beer and beverage brands, including Shock Top and others from Anheuser-Busch in an $85 million US deal, as well as all associated employees, the breweries, the brew pubs, to boost its presence as a major craft beer player. The acquisition, are you ready for this? Made the company the 15th largest brewer in the US market and the fifth largest craft player, and they're a Canadian company. This is a Canadian company that has just gotten a hold of this big portion of Molson's, all the Trust THC, and then all these brews from Anheuser-Busch. They are now multi-sector. They are not strictly a cannabis company anymore. And what? They're the 15th largest in the US and the fifth largest craft player. They're a contender in the brewery market now. So I am quite excited about this. Undervalued, selling their cannabis around the world, and now brewing and THC beverages. And that's the thing. There are over 100 million brand new customers in Canada that have never tried a THC drink. It just hasn't been up there yet. Ta-da! Here it comes. It was here in America. Now, because a Canadian company has it, they can sell it in Canada. We couldn't move it out of America. Those are our laws. Now they've got it. Very, very interesting. So I'm quite excited about this. It's actually making me think about getting into this because I have been avoiding cannabis because it's been falling for a long time, no matter how much good they do. And this company doesn't have to deal with the BS here in America, the banking, the crossing borders. They've got all those freedoms because Canada is 100% legal. So relative volume for the company dropped today from about 30 million down to almost 20 million, about 30%. Share structure for the company. We got over a half a billion shares, 580 million. Don't know what the float is. Would have to do some homework to find that. Financials for the company. Oh, they're doing over a half a billion dollars a year. They did $627 million last year in cannabis. Imagine that. Quarterly, it was a strong quarter. One of the strongest quarter on the books here, $184 million. And they got to keep 1/3 of that, $67 million. Now, personally, I want to see the balance sheet because I want to see what kind of money they got. $206 million sitting in the bank. How about that? $4 billion in assets. And the company is going for $2 a share? Are you kidding me? And their liabilities, just under 1 billion. So they are way ahead of the game. Strong revenues, strongest on record, strong assets, new deals with breweries. Man, I'm excited about this company right now. Let's take a look at the chart for Tilray because I have not looked at this chart at all.
Okay. So I have the regular candles on, and this is the
Well,
date.
if you can actually see what's going on, it means they've got
Yeah,
some steady
yeah,
volume.
because this has been around a while, and it
Yeah.
gained a lot of attention. Now the reason I marked 226 as a level is because that was COVID level lows. All right,
Hmm.
so that's why I marked that because a lot of people like to refer to that in the
What is that
major.
like? March 28th?
Yeah,
That low you got there?
March 19th or so.
Yeah, I remember that day because
Mm-hmm.
that was the day the cannabis sector, the whole cannabis sector took a bounce because they had
Uh-huh.
made the statement that cannabis was essential. We could sell it while all the stores were closed. You could drive up to the corners literally and pick up a bag of marijuana from some guy standing on the corner. That's literally how they did it. And the
I
government was making money.
I don't know if you remember this, but this happened in early 2021 when it really
February.
started to take February, sorry. I said early 2021. Okay,
Yeah, we all know that. That
yeah.
was that last check we got, and everybody gambled. Every stock
So
that was dead was walking. It was a beautiful month
$67.
until it ended.
So $67 we got up to. Now and that's real numbers. I say real because this hasn't split.
Oh, right. So that's a real
So
number,
these are our real
67.
numbers. It really
Although it's
did do
during
that.
February, which you really can't count that month.
Right. So it did get up there. So now we're in this interesting area. All right. So this is what happened. I'm not for sure what happened here. There wasn't an earnings report, but we had a big drop between Thursday the 25th of May to Friday the 26th of May. There was a big drop. So this is when I say there's a gap, it gapped down. Okay. So it gapped down and then we filled that gap. But in filling that gap, and this was that last quarterly report you were talking about. This was the 184 million reported revenue. That was what you were just talking about. That was a surprise, almost 20% more than their estimated revenue.
Yeah.
So that was good. So that caused a, even though it's red because of the earnings report. Okay, so it gapped back up, and so we're left with this gap down here. So
Doesn't
that
that look like a perfect cup and handle right there? You've got it.
uh where this?
That cup and handle. You got the cup, it comes down, it goes over your blue line, it fell, and you got to shoot over to 200. Right there, you're looking at
Oh,
cup and
this.
handle.
Yeah, this. Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
but
cup,
I'm looking at the gap. You're talking about right here.
cup
Oh,
and handle.
here, let me draw it. I see it. Yes, here.
Yeah, I mean, it's perfect. You can see the handle there. It's not,
Here, and
it
then it
worked.
went. It did work.
That worked.
There we go. Does that make more sense? Whoops. Didn't mean to draw that. Right there. I was talking about this, John. Come on.
I
Okay.
know, male and female, we got to work a little on the frequency connection here.
Okay, so when that gapped up, we had, now see, this is all in my way now. Thanks a lot for that. I'm just teasing. Okay, so after the so after that gap up,
My pleasure.
we had a couple of golden crosses there. So that
Yep.
is amazing. And then we regained this where this was the COVID low. That's, I always say it's COVID low. That was where that
Yep.
was. But this is our all-time low, $1.50. Okay, so we're coming down now. We had a very red day today. Let's drop it down to 4 hour. This was a very red day. All right,
Yeah.
not good, not good. So in pre-market hours came down, and we went down all day. I say that we're coming back down to test this, but you know what? I would not be surprised if we fill that gap over here too.
In my opinion, folks, whatever the stock's going to do right now, she's in a zone of a starter position. Do your
eh,
homework, do some more due diligence, see what this company is about. You heard me go on about all that little bit. Dive in deeper, see how many dispensaries they have,
yeah,
see how many breweries they've got in America now. That is going to be all new revenues. I mean, this is just mind boggling to me that you can get a stock that is doing this much business for $2, and now they've got all those breweries. I would do some, I mean, right now it may come down, but a starter position now, because what did you say? You said this was in 3 digits for its high.
oh yes. Let me go back and I will
Oh,
show
yes.
you.
Oh,
Oh yes.
yes.
Let me show you. Let me go all the way back.
Yeah, take the shortcut.
Okay. Ooh, look at this. 300. But that was in 2018, but it was still in the triple digits
And think
here,
about that. In
here.
2018, they had nothing. They had a field if they were
Yeah.
lucky.
It was in the triple digits, and that was this was in 2021. We did get back up to the $66 range, but we were in double digits for a while. I
Yeah,
mean,
it's worth double
even
digits.
here, in 2021. But let's see, even here, but
Look at that.
2022.
She's on her floor. She's just late. I mean, if that isn't a buy point, where would a buy point be?
Yeah, this is the weekly chart, so this actually makes it look really good.
Yeah, yeah. You get to see exactly what is going on.
You get
And
to see a lot more. Okay, so it looks like we have found a floor, and this looks like it could be a buying point. So
yes.
that's why, since this is the weekly, that's why the 200's way up there. So yeah, this was that COVID low. But all-time low, we have $1.50, and
Yeah, don't blame Tilray. Don't blame these cannabis companies. It's
that
not
was the,
about what they're doing.
yeah.
It's everything else right now.
But I will say this, so that last quarterly report that you were talking about, I'll just add one more thing. I
Oh
know we're
boy,
running
look
out
at
of
that.
time.
She is just that looks so tempting right there. That does look
Mhm.
good. I mean, I realize she's falling now, but you've got that green spike showing incentive. I do want to climb. Of course, I'm going to fall after I bust my head through this the first time, but I'll get back up like Rocky and I'm going to get through that bad boy.
Right. So that last earnings report, it was, around $1.68, 69. It came all the way up to 2 211. So this thing does move on earnings.
Yeah.
Okay, so we had that, and there's another one coming up. So mark your calendars around. This can change, but it's around October 6th. So, uh, beginning of October, we're going to have another earnings report. So look for that because that's going to be another catalyst. And it did move a lot after the earnings because that was such a good earnings report. It's continued to climb, just like that cup and handle you were saying came down and it climbed all the way up to
Right.
$3. So be looking around the first week of October for another one of those earnings reports. So if we have another good one, we could come back up to that, maybe that $3 level, or at least come back up to, the 265. And that's actually a pretty good percentage gain if you get in around this area where we are right now. So
But
keep an
in
eye on that.
my guesstimation, I am looking at this stock, say a year, 2 years down the road.
Mhm.
I know we're
Yeah,
day
real long
traders,
haul.
folks,
Hmm.
but if you could get a stock at $2 that goes to $20, $40,
Oh my gosh, yeah.
right, right. And this is what we're talking about. This is undervalued. You've got
Yeah.
to see that much at least. So do some homework. You may like this stock.
Yeah, if you want to, if you're looking for one that's for the long game, I mean, this has been around a while, and there's no split, reverse splits, none of that crazy stuff. I mean, it has dropped quite a bit, but it does have a lot of potential because it moves. When it does move, it moves a
Potential.
lot.
That's the word.
Hmm.
All right,
So
we
there you go.
are over 5 o'clock. Doggone it. All right, I want to get one more in because we had it in our queue. It was here before the show started, so I don't think it would be fair not to cover. I do believe it's Velmore's. Belmore normally gets the very first stock, not the last one. All right, DBMM, Digital Brand Media Marketing Group. Haven't had a chance to really dive into this, so let's see if we can first find out what this company does. DBMM Group is the parent company of Digital Clarity. Digital Clarity is a leading provider of marketing, consulting, and advisory solutions, empowering businesses to achieve their marketing goals through strategic insights, innovative use of technologies, and AI, exceptional customer service. Pretty vague. All right, let's see what we got over here for our relative volume today. Well, she doubled up more than that, 2.4 million to 5.3 million. Share structure for DBMM. We get about 810 million, presuming we can trust these numbers here. And there's 825 million in the outstanding. Financials for the company. They did 225 million at the end of 2022, their fiscal year, August. Quarterly, well, it was a strong quarter, actually. They were up to $98,000 and they got to keep 16,000. It's nothing to get real excited about here. Let's take a peek at their balance sheet. Not a lot of money in the bank, $9,000, 31,000 in assets. Oh my, 5.9 million in liabilities. 31,000 in assets and almost 6 million in liabilities. That rang my head. Let's see. Disclosures. We got a 10Q, their most recent financial, 8K a long time ago. Um, Changing something there that doesn't look like anything we'd be interested in. News. That's the last thing we got. Access. That's the July emerging growth. DMM unveils bold strategic plans to propel shareholder value. That would be the only place we would get anything. Let's see if they give us anything besides we're going to do this, this, or this. Now the company is totally unencumbered. Let me see. Blah, blah, blah. DM outlined its plans of part of its investor awareness evolution included in its SEC filing. So they got a SEC filing you can check out. They say it's in their 8K. Was there an 8K over there that we didn't see? I didn't see an 8K. This one? No. There's an 8K coming out that hasn't come out yet, stated in earlier documents. So maybe it is. Gee whiz, the earlier one is back in June. Did they tell us anything here? Abnormal giving, a few years in most cases. Narrative has overcome tremendous stress testing, outside factors, overcome 10 major setbacks, and is building a business that is future facing to serve a ready and willing market. All right, it's a nice talk. You're getting us all excited, but what are you going to do? All right, I don't see anything here that's jumping out at us that, drives a catalyst. Let me see. SEC orders. When was this? The missing pending administrative proceedings for 42 companies. Well, there's about the best news we got. SEC issues order dismissing pending administrative proceedings for 42 companies, which DBMM was included. I don't know what that was about, but they're out of there. Thank God for that. But what got them into trouble in the first place? I'd be checking into that. So I don't think there's anything else we can really look at here except the chart. Let's go see what DBMM looks like.
Oh, hang on. I was looking at. Okay, so I was trying to find out where the very, very lowest was. It looks like we were even even went a little bit beyond that. As like if you look at the weekly chart, but that's about right. 0001. So and it's at 005 now. That is 50 times if you got on the floor. That just it's just amazing to me. 50 times your money. There was a reverse split, but it was
You don't
way
trade OTC often, do
I
you?
don't. It just blows my mind. It's crazy to me. Anyway, so there's been a lot of like consolidation levels. It's kind of hard to see this. There was a reverse split. I'm not going to zoom all the way back. It was back in 2015, and it was a 1 to 1,000 reverse split. So yikes. But my gosh, it's like when there is news or volume, this has to have been news driven. I mean, when it gets over a penny, when it was 000, I mean that's what at 500 times your money, a hundred
No.
times,
Going from 0001 to a penny is
uh,
10,000%
oh
gains.
my gosh. Okay, so 10,000% gains. Oh my gosh. So it went all the way up.
So yeah,
Uh,
$100 at 0005 and it makes it up to 005. That gives you 1,000% gain.
thousand
So every
percent.
$100 is $1,000.
Crazy, crazy.
It's loving.
Um,
That's fun. That's what gets people down here. But as you said, it works just as fast the opposite direction.
yeah,
You
you
can
could
lose your
lose.
money very
Mm-hmm.
quickly.
Yeah, so I mean, it's very because if you switch to regular candles, it's oh, actually, I like looking at that better. I like looking at the regular candles better on the daily chart. So it looked like I had a good day today. We opened down here at let me zoom it in because when these numbers get real little, we went from 0045 to 0056. That's quite a bit. And what percentage is that? 20%?
20 to what?
20%. What percentage is that? 004 to 005 or 6. That's the day it had.
20%. Yep.
Okay, there we go.
Yep.
Okay.
Just that one tick,
Yeah.
20%.
That's pretty good. So I like this one. So we'll go back to Heikenashis if we're gonna look at
Tick.
the just that one tick, huh? All right. So it looks like
Oh,
yeah. So
oh,
this
I
is the
see a
1 hour
W there, a big W underneath that 200 for winner.
right here. Uh huh.
Looking for the rip.
Yep. It's above it now, so that's good. So there's a lot of resistance right
Nice setup.
here. I like the setup here. Yeah, when different time frames, you can see something totally different.
Oscullators look very strong on that one.
Yeah, let me look at this is the MACD. It always adjusts itself, and I have to keep moving it around. It looks really good. Yeah,
Yeah.
look at that crossover here. So yeah, I like this. It kind of had
For
that
not
W
having
like
any
you're saying.
catalyst, it looks like it's ready to take off.
It needs something to get back up over this. Um, yeah, it's very hard to. Yeah, that's the 15-minute. I like looking at it the longer term because then it tells me more. Because that way I'm like, eh. But if you look at it this way, it's like these lower highs. But that's good. It's starting to come back, and it does coming back
Yep.
with some volume. So if you drop down to the 1 hour, it looks like it's kind of trying to come
Trying
back.
to break out.
We got a lot of more green here, so that's actually good to see. This is
Biggest
the
problem is that
50 right
50
here.
day. It's on top
Uh-huh.
of the 200 with it coming down.
Mhm. Mhm. But it's trying to wick above it. But it was supported here. This
Right.
support. Now we got that as resistance.
Right.
But when you're looking at it here, let's see what was it that one? What no, it was the 15 where you said the W right here. This is the 15-minute
Yeah.
chart. So that looks good. It looks like it is trying to break out. It just depends on what time frame you're looking at. It's got to have some volume to really move this, but I like it.
Well, if
I
you're looking
like
at a
it.
4 hour chart and it looks like it's going to break out, that means it's probably going to break out in 4 hours. If you're
Mhm.
looking at a 5 minute chart and it looks like it's going to break out, it's probably going to break out in 5 minutes. You
I
got to
just
take
like
that into consideration that
yeah,
whatever,
yeah,
you know,
for
so it's like,
sure.
yeah, it does look like it. So on a 5 minute chart, you're not going to see the 4 hour opportunity,
Sure,
but it
sure.
is still there right in front of you. You're just too close. Back up. It's the same picture. You just get more information.
Yeah, you get a lot that's why I like backing up to the higher time frames just so we can see what's going on.
Yeah, the only time I really want to get closer is like if I want to date her. I want to get close enough.
Yeah, I just wanted to see because it did have a good day today when I saw this, what was it,
Yeah, without any news.
right here, this green candle here. This is a nice strong 4-hour green candle. That's why I wanted to see
It
what
looks
happened
like it's
today.
worthy of watching. It doesn't look like she's in a spiral
Yeah.
or downtrend. She's fighting right now, and given the right opportunity, it's in a place where it could get a strong run.
But I mean, it had a great day today, so that's why I
Yeah,
kind of
had a
backed
whole
up.
great week.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, so it came down and then did that W like you were talking about, and we're kind of up here. I'd like to see it test up here. That would be amazing. But yeah, yeah, this is a nice one. Fun to
All
look
right,
at.
folks,
Thank you.
we appreciate you hanging with us here late. No, we don't want that. That's
Yep.
what we want. Me and you were playing tennis again.
Yeah. I was trying to help.
We appreciate you being here, folks. We didn't get to every single stock, but I do believe the only one we missed was a second helping from Jason Davis. I don't blame you for trying. You put it at the end of the queue where it belonged. That's fair enough. You wanted us to take a look at CSLR. I didn't get a chance to look at it, but he's brought it to your attention as well, folks. That's why we do these shows. I bring you lots of stocks. This gives you a chance to bring not only me stocks, but everybody's stocks, not just stocks you're holding. Me and Taylor can't create light at the end of the tunnel. If we find it, we'll let you know, but we can't give out fake hope and we won't BS you. But if you've got a hot stock that you would like to share, remember, there's no secrets in trading. The more people that know, the more money you can probably make, more people you're going to get involved. But don't BS us. We do our DD. We know what's going on. We will see you next week, folks. Me and Taylor. Taylor, you said you're going to be taking a vacation here in a couple weeks, right?
Yep. I will be here next week, but I will not be here on Thursday, September 7th. That
You
I
guys
will be
notice
gone.
all of my help takes vacations and I'm stuck here every week.
I'm
We're
only
going
be
to have to work
gone
on that.
one I'm only gonna be gone one Thursday. On September 7th, I'll be gone, but then I'll be back. I will be here next week.
Well, we'll miss you and have fun and
Oh, I'm gonna
drink
be here
one,
next week.
smoke
Don't worry.
one,
Don't worry.
whatever's legal over there, do it for me.
It'll be in a couple weeks. Next week, I will be here. Don't worry. Don't worry, everybody.
And
I will
we'll see you folks no matter what. The
be
show must go on.
here.
See you, folks.
Bye.